Why should you be riding a 250cc motocross bike on the track? For many riders out there, a 250cc four-stroke motorcycle is probably one of the best bikes you can ride on the track, and here's why. First of all, I'm a firm believer that kids should start off on 65s, 85s, 125s or 150 two-strokes, then up to a 250F when they're big enough, build up skills enough, because these are full-size machines and there's a lot to handle there, and they go plenty fast nowadays, especially with any modifications. For the point of this video, I think I'm mainly talking to a lot of my fellow vet riders out there. The younger guys that are, let's say, 15 to 25 or whatever, that are gonna be riding 250Fs, they pretty much know why they're doing that. They're staying in that class to be competitive in whatever racing class they're in or whatever. I do think it's a great size bike, and with any type of modifications now, these things make anywhere from 40 to 45 horsepower really easily. These bikes are so good. These bikes with just a little bit of modifications are making what full race bikes made 10, 12 years ago. So it's really nice that we can have that kind of power at your hands. For me, riding a 250 like on a motocross track like Glen Helen, which you'll be seeing some of this footage, I can ride it much longer. And that's really a good thing as a vet guy. I want to be able to do long motos and feel good doing so. And you go, well, can't you ride long motos in a 350 or a 450? And for me, even though the weight difference is minimal, when I go on a 350, the added inertia and braking and all those types of things of the bike, I just can't ride it as long as a 450. A little bit additional vibration, those types of things all affect how long I can ride it. And being older, I want to go out and have fun, but I also want to have a good workout. And for me, I can ride a 250F much longer. So along those lines, a 250F also, for me and for other vet guys, it helps you not be lazy. It makes you stay a little bit more engaged in clutch work, shifting. So you kind of have to stay a little bit more engaged. For me, I also find that it's a whole lot easier to be standing up, to get up more and use your body a lot more on the bike. Now, when it comes to lap times or speed, I feel for the most part, I'm faster on a 250F. I can ride it harder and push myself a little bit harder on a 250F and feel safer doing it. Now, safer in motorcycles and dirt bikes is kind of an oxymoron, right? But for me, it reduces down that fear factor, especially if I get a little tired, where on that 350 or 450, I can get myself in big trouble, where the 250 is gonna help me stay in that little bit safer zone. All right, here we are with another one of my 250s. And what about jumps? That's a big thing I get from guys. Hey, I need a 350 or a 450 to pull these big jumps. I need to do this big double, this triple. If you need a bigger size machine to clear that jump, then it's probably not a good idea. My measuring stick is, if you're battling with a guy and he's doing a jump, are you faster than him everywhere else? Or is he faster than you anyway? And if you do the jump, you're just staying a little closer to him. Most of the time for me, when guys are doing a jump that I'm not doing, they're usually a lot faster than me on the rest of the track anyway. So me being able to clear a jump isn't gonna make a bit of a difference. So that's why for me, I would rather lose that little bit of ability. If there's some massive jump that I have to have a 450 for to hit third gear wide open out of a turn, I'd rather maybe just roll it or double it, don't do any triples. With other sports, safety, it seems to be a lot more of a concern than in moto. In moto, a lot of guys, I'm just saying, can bully their buddies into thinking they must be on a 450 to be man enough, right? So we have that feeling of that's what we have to go riding with our buddies. But nothing's better than passing one of those buddies on a 250 when he's on a 450. Now, concerns that guys have about riding a 250F. First, biggest one is hole shots. They race and they want to get hole shots. Well, I can't help you there. So if you're racing on the big level, like you want to be going to the Vet National, or you want to go to Loretta Lynn's, obviously you're going to have the bigger CC bike, 350 minimum up to 450 to be competitive on the start where it's deep, those types of things. So I'm mainly, I guess more of this video would be talking more to the guys that are like myself, that are more practicing 80-90% of the time and only racing a little bit. At a local level of racing, most of that difference isn't as big of a deal because classes are smaller, not as many faster guys. So I feel like on a local level, to go out and race against 450s on a 250 in a vet class isn't that big a deal, especially if they have longer motos, because longer motos, typically you're able to pass Some of the guys on 450s that they're not quite in as kind of good a shape as they should be. So late in the motos, I can pass those guys and it's a good feeling. 250F engines don't last as long. That's a big complaint guys get. They want to get a 450 and run it forever. I will say the new Austrian brand bikes, these bikes on the engines, we can go 150 hours, no problem on a 250F. So they go a long time. I would have no problem putting that kind of time on one. So on these bikes you can. On the Japanese bikes, I would be apt, even with a vet guy, 80 to 100 hours before you're looking at the top end, changing a piston, looking at the valve train, those types of things. So those are real concerns, is 250F's engines as a whole aren't going to last as long as a 450. With that said, you're putting an investment in yourself. So if safety is your main concern and you want to feel safer, maybe you're going to spend a little bit more money in maintenance or buying a bike more often to be on a 250F. Now, right in line with that comes to reselling. So when you go to resell your 250F, you're going to get a whole lot less money. The depreciation's greater than a 450. Used bikes, guys want 450s. Now, conversely, this means also if you're looking for a 250F, many times we found great deals, especially in SoCal in the summertime when it's hot. You can find really good deals on bikes, all bikes, but especially 250Fs, because most guys are shopping for 450s, 350s, 450s. They want the bigger bikes. So you can usually find pretty good deals on them. When I say good deals, I'm looking for bikes that are, under 40 hours for sure, preferably under 20 hours. There's many of those out there. It's just finding the right one, and you can get yourself a really good deal out there at the right time. 250Fs are also really fun if you have the means to do a little bit of modifications. This one has got a dual injector setup. That's really fun, pretty expensive, but with most 450s, guys are doing ECU mods anyway. With any of these fuel injected bikes, it's really nice to have an ECU mod to where it really just has really good snap. Jamie at Twisted does ours and they do a great job. So those are really fun little mods you can do to really get some good snap on these bikes. So for me, being much closer to 60 than 50, unfortunately, I think the rest of my days are on a 250 motocross bike when I go to the track. Now with all that said, guys are like, well, you ride a 350 and even a 450 sometimes and a 300 two-stroke on the trail. I ride all those bikes. I even have a 500 on the dual sport. So I have the luxury of having multiple bikes, and when I can choose whatever, I have a brand new 350 SXF that Spencer's been using. I could ride that bike and I still don't choose to. I feel better and safer on this. So if your long-term goal is safety and fun, I think it's a great thing to look at for guys that are considering motocrossing in their vet ages. I think it'll keep you out of trouble, have fun longer, and be really enjoyable at the track. Now with that said, 250cc four-stroke fuel-injected bikes like a KTM 250 XCF or a Yamaha 250 FX, they're great bikes in the right conditions, but for the most part, I really don't like them on the trail. Not enough oomph. And that's why we prefer the 350, 300 two-stroke, or 450 or 500. I would prefer to ride those on the trail, desert, or mountains. I'd prefer to ride those. All right, so that's it. Me talking about a bunch of 250cc motocross bikes. I love these four strokes that are fuel injected. These things are amazing. The Yamahas come with great suspension stock. KTMs have a really good engine that I really like. They don't come with the best forks. I have to switch those over, which is expensive too, and a hassle to do. So remember, if you're thinking about what bike to buy, new or used, you can email me. You can go to our website at dirtbiketv1.com. You can go there, contact me. You can email over your question. If you're looking at used bikes, you can send me some links. I'll give you thoughts on what I think of those bikes. And you let me know what size, skill set you are and where you're gonna be riding. I'll give you my thoughts on some of those bikes. Many areas of the country or Canada, we get a lot of guys writing us and there's not nearly as many bikes to choose from within an hour of their house like there is for us. So it can be a little bit more challenging to find a good deal on a used bike. New bikes, of course, it's very similar to here. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time in the track or trail. PB Blaster's that penetrant catalyst that really breaks loose those old stubborn bolts. Been around for years and years. We all know this thing, seen it all over the place. Well, now Blaster has a Blaster power line, products, aerosols to help us with our moto maintenance.